Hey guys, it's Trinity Volk here, up late at night again, and on City of the Wolves again. And I wanted to do just a bit of a video where I just want to talk about where I'm kind of at with the game, and what I've learned about this game, and kind of what I think about it the better I get at it. So I am Gold 2. And so for the first while playing this game, I was just like absolutely knowledge checking and scrub killing people. Um, like I think both bronze and silver were just loaded with people that didn't even understand what a frame trap was. So I was running into, like, I was literally winning entire sets doing nothing but this, doing close leg kick into close heavy punch and just hit confirming. I mean, it was ridiculous. Let's see. So, I was getting away with, honestly, it didn't even feel like I should have been getting away with what I was getting away with, but because they were so bad, like, fundamentally, it was just crazy. It was nuts. So, I would just walk up to people and do this, and, do like a hit confirm and something. See if, doing a hit confirm into something and doing big damage. And the same thing goes for, like, your jab, because jabs are universally +1 in this game. So I just kept over and over walking up to people, and, like, it was like, it was crazy. It really put into perspective for me how much it matters in a fighting game that things be very specific and very deliberate in the way they have to be executed, because, like, so I played MK1 again recently for a couple of videos. I had viewer requests that I was paid to make. And coming back to this game after revisiting MK1, this is like the oasis in the desert, brother. Like, MK1, as much as I like it and as much as I'm champion for it, for a fighting game, it is such a mess. And playing City of the Wolves will show you. Like, in my opinion, right now, this is the best fighting game of the current generation. Now, the Avatar game looks pretty sick, and it might actually be up there. But, right now, I think this is the top one fighting game as far as, like, on a competition level. Like, if you want to play the fighting game that's going to actually push you, and, like, you can really feel the progress in your improvements, I think this is the game to be playing. Street Fighter 6 is close, but we all know Street Fighter 6 does have its small problems. And it's, like, a little too overbearingly systems driven to the point where the game's kind of become samey in some respects. So, like, this game, my good friend John Nitty likes to say, this game is what Street Fighter 6 should have been. And it's interesting because I think if you're a Street Fighter 6 player who's interested in this game, it is not hard to pick it up at all for you. The resource system is similar. The super system is similar. There's a drive impact. There's a drive parry. Um, like, there's a punish counter system. There's counter hits. Like, there are so many things that are similar and yet different in this game. And I don't know, man. I'm just really resonating with what this game offers. So I want to talk about some of the things that, with Andy Bogard here, which is my main character so far, that I've learned, and kind of gush about some things about the game that I'm really enjoying. So one of the things about this game that I'm really enjoying is combo length. this game's combos, the longest ones are not very long, and I am so fucking glad they're not. Like a big dick combo is like doing something like this. Like, it doesn't take that long even when you clue super. Let me try to do this. Right, it's not very long. I do think that we have a combo length problem in fighting games, and it's finally, for me, it's starting to grate on me a little bit. It's definitely a problem in Tekken 8. It's definitely a problem in MK1. Street Fighter 6, I'm not so sure. Although, it would help if they did something about, like, the way Drive Rush combo structure works. That would help. But, this game has very short, very crisp combos. There's not a lot of downtime with anything, you know? I mean, like, mirrorless combos, you know, the most I'm doing is, like, and that's it, you know? Like, yeah, I mean, wait. Got you. Yeah. Wait, I got something to come out, and I'm, like, curious about this. Anyway, that's one thing I really like. I like it the combos aren't very long in this game. The other thing I like in this game is just how consistent everything is. Frame traps work 100% of the time. Anti-airs work 100% of the time. And then, you know, the game has layers, right? Like anti-airs, of course, your DP, it will always work, except, you know, if you get baited with a certain angle or someone does like a short jump or a short hop to bait you. But if they jump at you and you scout the jump, you're anti-airing that jump pretty much. Same thing goes for like frame traps and Oki. Like, you cannot mash on anything in this game. Now, yes, you can DP, because DPs are frame 1 invulnerable. They're supposed to be that way. And I'm fine with that personally, because, like, they die if they get their DP blocked. I mean, like, let me, set Kenshiro here. Trying to remember, I think it's this. This is DP. Oh, wait. I think this is his DP. Yes. Okay. So yes, like, they can DP in situations like this, but I am completely fine with this, because they can't do anything else. Can't armor out. Well, they might be able to armor out, but you can confirm it back if you have your armor move. They can't mash. They can't jump. They can't flail. They can't anything. Like if I set the dummy to, movement. Backward jump is a common thing people do a lot. So, if I set the dummy a backward jump, can't jump. As a matter of fact, you are put in a counter hit state for trying to jump. Eat shit, bro. Wait a minute. Yeah. So, wait, let me double check my, yeah, let me do the same thing on guard. I did do that. So backward jump is a really common, important defensive option. So, can't jump. Like, same thing here. Like, and then you can make, like, advanced reads on the jumps, too. So, trying to see, like, I can do something like that. I can do, like, broken heavy DDP to catch the jump. Like, they cannot flail in this game. It's just not a thing. As you can see, even if he's holding up back frame 1, if I do my heavy elbow after my light string, I still hit them. Right? So, I give my follow-up. So, that is so important, man. Fighting games have increasingly tried to make it harder and harder to lock people down and prevent them from, like, flailing all over the place by making frames, like, very generous, making pre-jump frames start up very fast, things like that, you know, like a lot of people in, like, MK can jump all day long when you try to do, like, a tick throw, for example. But if I try to do a tick throw here... Okay. Yeah. So... I can't throw, but still, like... Still, look, I can hit the pre-jump frames. And if I do... This is hard to master, because I'm trying to, like, not trigger my auto combo close heavy punch, but as you can see, I caught him once. I was able to prevent him from jumping entirely. So, this is so important to me. The ability to stop people from doing, like, stupid panic shit all day long. It forces you, because of that, it forces you to have to be very conscious about the decisions you're making on defense. And I love that about this game. I do love the way offense is also structured in this game. Offense in this game is not, it's not like Street Fighter 6, even in the corner. In Street Fighter 6, you know, we got the dreaded skill loop thing that we're still having an argument about whether or not it's even necessary for the game. I still think it's not needed, and I still think it's a concession made to like reduce the skill gap or make players feel better about themselves. This game doesn't have a nonsense like that. There's no throw loops or anything like that. There's no universal, like, set play situation. It's a matter of fact, it's very hard to vortex or set play someone in this game because there's wake up roll and because hard knockdowns are very far and few. So, like, for example, let's see if I can think of something on the fly here to demonstrate. So, first of all, when it comes to the way your pressure works in this game, in most cases, you have what is called, like, as you expand or go deeper into the block strings, your options reduce. And this is pretty important. So, my options when I do jab on block is, you know, I can do triple light, you know, I can do delayed light kick to catch, like, mash attempts, or I can do this into overhead. This is important because it beats throws. Because in this game, interestingly enough, your universal overhead evades throws, and it even gives you like a specific like combo. It gives you like a crush counter from Street Fighter V kind of state. So, like, you can do throw here. Make sure he does it, yeah. So, as you can see, if I try to dash and throw after this, you know, they can type the throw. But I can't do dash in, overhead. As you can see, I'm plus A on hit too. So this is one thing I like, is that there's a built-in throw shimmy option in this game. And then if you want to go for something more technical or like more specific, you can. But I really like that. Another thing I really love about this game is I love the anti-airs. This game has got fantastic anti-airing in it. Like, I can't even begin to explain. Let's see if my slot's still up. Yep. So, of course, classic anti-air with a DP. So, if I want to go for something better, like with Andy, of course I can do heavy kick because it pulls them in like this. This vacuum effect can be very useful. If I'm at the right angle, I can do my spring kick super, but it's a bit awkward. So I can either do heavy kick, I can do DP, I can do my universal low profile move. So this is an interesting move. So every character has a universal overhead that beats throws, and then they have a universal low profiling low that also beats armor, and it beats certain highs. So I can use this as an anti-air. Now it can still be beaten by certain things, but it's not as oppressive as like some other things could be. Trying to see if I can get like a. As you can see, what this really does, it helps you cross-ups. Like, let me get Kenshiro's cross-up here. How do I record? Yeah. So, let's see if they'll do it. Okay. So, you can beat cross-ups with this. This is really important in this game. So, yeah. So you have a low profile that can be cross-ups. Now, these are not like absolute options. One thing this game is about, and it's what's making me really love it so far, is this game is all about layers. There's always a option to an option to an option. It's just that compared to a lot of other fighting games, things are very precise in this game, and the answers are, you know, it's like pass fail. There's no like weird minutia with like hitboxes or hurt boxes or anything like that. It's mostly pretty stable. Now, the thing I also like is I kind of like this game's spin on what Street Fighter 6 is doing for resources. So instead of having a meter system that regenerates, and you have things that have a static cost to them, you know, EX moves cost 3 bars, raw drive rush costs 1 bar, or EXs cost 2 bars, and the drive up cancels cost 3, etc., etc. Instead, like, there's really no difference here, okay? It's just a visual difference, but it does affect your decision making. Instead, your EX moves build up a gauge. So, let me set this real quick. Set my ratio to final, so I'm not in it. So, the way the EX moves in this game work is they each build up 25% of your gauge. It doesn't matter what you do. This applies even to your armor move that you get the SPG health. Although it's reduced because of the buff to SPG, so technically it's 19%. So moves cost 25%, and in SPG health they are reduced to doing 19% build up. And then you have what is called Excel cancel in this game. This is you do an EX into an EX. And this is a pretty integral part of this game. It's how a lot of the combo system works. And I find this pretty neat because it pushes you to be creative and take a lot of big risks. This particular system, being able to chain EX moves into each other, really changes how you make decisions with regards to meter. And it's also, this really defines also player personality. So you've got guys who they will like constantly thread the needle of burning themselves out to always dump, or you'll got guys who are more like me who play very conservatively and only, go all out when they feel like it's safe to. There's plenty of room in this game for you to approach either way. So just in the combo game and the resource expenditure, there's a lot of player expression here that I think is really cool. That I really, really like. And it's not too bad. So let's say, what does it look like if you want to like dump resources, right? So an example of something like that would be like, let's say I get a light punish. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start from there. Okay, let me turn the reversal off too. Okay. So that's an example there. Right, so 50% for that much. Right, there's a side switch, three EX. So this is called Excel canceling, technically. So instead of like saying 3 EX moves or whatever, they'll say it's a 3 XL combo or it's a 4 XL combo. So now, of course, is it worth it to dump this meter? It pretty much always is if you really need the damage, right? So, for example, like let's say, see if I can get this to work. Yeah, this whole lot. I'm trying to do something I normally don't do because I stick to like mirrorless combos on lights with Andy. I don't spend a lot of bar. Let me try something I'm more familiar with. So, that's 30% basically. I think life bars are universally 1,000 points of damage. So basically 35% for that. Now, of course, supers, the function of supers in this game, in my opinion, besides the fact that you always have a reversal that's invincible to the super. So in Andy's case, his spring kick super is fully invincible. So you can use this as a reversal or a wake up, right? It's a high-powered threat in that department. Otherwise, I look at this is how you push damage without pushing your heat percentage. So, an example. Sure, let me see if I can. So, yeah, let's say it's 27%. Now, if I do this, then just do level 1. right? Very meter efficient. One XL, and I did 32% off of light, right? And this, of course, builds up the higher up you go. This is level 2. Right. So, dumping supers is pretty common in this game. It's probably not best strategy, but a lot of times in this game, I dump level 1 super on a lot of hits. Like, even just on light confirms. I mean, you're getting a pretty good chunk, right? There's 2 XL plus level 1. You know, pretty good damage. So, I really like the room for... There's room for creativity in your decision making that adds a lot of depth to the game. And like I say, adds to a lot of player expression because it is completely viable to be both a conservative and hog-wild player. You can see 2 people using the same character, and their way that they spend the resources are entirely different. And I think that's really cool about this game. Another thing I like about this game, and this is a big one, defense is so strong in City of the Wolves. And, like, I wish every fighting game had some of these mechanics. I really do. So, obviously you have blocking, and then I'm going to record a... no, I'll just use the dummy itself. So, in City of the Wolves, first of all, you have a perfect block, or if you're a fan of my MK content, a flawless block called Just Defense. So Just Defense is done by simply tapping back with the hits. And it feels like very similar in timing to MK1, to be honest, where your flawless blocking, it feels very similar. However, there's one thing about Just Defense that separates it from other fighting games. You get back health. You get back health. So, if someone knows how, like, Just Defend really well, that, like, they can survive pretty long. So you'll actually see there's a lot of matches in this game that go to the timer. And it's because there's a lot of health recovery just like happening on passive note. I mean, as you can see, this is not like, this builds up. Like, now granted, as you can see, it decreases pushback. So your opponent can get like better light chains or something, and it doesn't alter frame data. That's the important part to note here. It doesn't alter frame data. It just reduces the pushback. So in a way, it gives your opponent a better option for like tick throwing you. It essentially makes tick throws more real. Because in this game, let me show you. If I do just a regular jab into a throw, it can whiff. Like, there's a chance it'll whiff. But like if they're if they're just defending, the tick throw is basically guaranteed. So it's not like there's no consequence to it or no risk that they take in doing this. But it is interesting, in my opinion, that it exists, and I really like it. And I like the ability to actually get health back because my defense is good and because I practiced against like certain block strings, etc., etc. I like that a lot. On the other hand, you have Rev Guard, and this is different. So this is a block button. This game actually has a block button, and the way it works in this game is it is what is called an absolute block. An absolute block means that it doesn't matter if it's a low or an overhead, and I'll show you here. Okay, so guard switching, if you're in the practice mode, that means switches between low and high blocking. We're not going to do that. You're going to turn guard switching off. So when guard switching is off in practice, he'll always take the low. He'll block high, he'll always take the low, right? So if we put rev guard on... Wait a minute, is he not remembering to do it? Really? This is an absolute guard, though. Like, it blocks overheads, it blocks lows. I don't know why the fucking practice is, like, bugging out. But the point is, this blocks everything. It kind of functions like the Street Fighter 6 parry, in that respect. It can be thrown, of course. And the other penalty to it, and this is another big thing, is... That's regular guarding, right? As you can see. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it back to regular. So, when you regular guard, see my opponent's heat build up. It's about 2-3% per jab. If they're rev guarding, this goes way up. So, this becomes pretty important. Like, if I'm doing like this, which is a guaranteed way Andy gets offense going, plus heavy kick, EX fireball. So it builds up 18% normally. However, if they rev guard, it does 30%. So it's an absolute block, but it comes at the cost of you having less room to block, essentially. Like, you have to do something or eventually be willing to retaliate somehow because you'll be guard broken faster. And so I like that. There's 3 different types of blocks in this game. On top of having 3 different types of blocks in this game, you of course have, like I said, mirrorless invincible DPs. That's what used to be a 2D staple that got removed in the modern era because scrubs didn't like it. They didn't like not being able to lock you down. This was part of the 2015 onward era of all offense all the time, and no one should ever be able to easily get their opponent off of them. So obviously that's changed. So we have 3 different types of blocks, invincible reversals. We also have what are called dodge attacks. So you have a universal overhead and a universal low profiling low that, as I said, is good for anti-airs, and it also beats other things. So for example, there's a universal armor move in this game called a rev blow. This is basically a drive impact, and it is similarly rewarding like a drive impact. Even such to a degree that, let me set the reversal. See if gotta set the dummy. Okay. Wait, did I set it? Yeah, guard red blow. Oh wait, I think I had to. Wait, why is he not? Oh wait, it's because he has full health. Hold on, sorry. I gotta get him to his SPG health range. What? Hold on, guys. I apologize. I don't know what's going on here. This makes no sense. Okay, I think Flux is the beginning. No, Flux is the middle. So, okay. So, you have 2 options when it comes to this. I'm going to set myself back to this too, just so I can show it off. So, you can rev blow back, and it's just like a drive impact. You get a full combo, and it's usually one of your most powerful damage spikes. However, you only get your rev blow when you're in SPG health. And so, if you're using a different, if you're using a different SPG health points, then you won't have that. So what you do have is your low profiling universal low will beat this. And in the same kind of way. So there's like a crush counter almost on a armor move. So the thing about this move is that, as you can see, it does beat it out every time if I just hit with it. But if I add the timing to get it late, then I'll get like the best result, right? So, and then it's special cancelable. You can't get like a big combo off this, but you get a special cancel at least. So you have that. If you don't have your own armor move, you have a move that crushes the armor. I don't think the overhead works. Let me see. Yeah, the overhead doesn't work here. Now, see if I can make this work. Normal moves. I need him to do. Might be this.
Boulder sliding slash.
Yeah. Okay.
Boulder sliding slash.
Is that what it is?
Boulder sliding slash.
Yeah. Overhead. So if you need to know command moves, I think these are the dodge attacks. Maybe. Maybe not. Hold on. Sorry. Oh yeah, here we go. High dodge attack. So I don't get it. It says how Dream Cancel was like the big wiki that this is supposed to be throws. It doesn't seem to. I don't know why they say that. Maybe it's low. No. I know why it said that. But you can't use it kind of to low profile out of the way of a throw, depending on what you're doing. The thing about these attacks that is nice is like Andy, his overhead, he does kind of reel back when his overhead starts up. So there is that. But yeah, like defense is good. It's very rewarded. Block punishment in this game is pretty consistent. And yes, it is possible to stay safe in this game because of exo canceling. Because I can do something like I can hit confirm the distant hit and excel it into my plus range, right? But I am spending a lot of my percentage bandwidth. Even if I wasn't in a SPG help where you get a discount. Let's show again. This is me in normal health range. Like, if I'm really trying to keep you locked down, I'm really pushing my limit. Like, that's almost a true block string there, and I'm already at 65, right? And, like, being in the overheat state in this game is not good. I'll suppose I'll explain that a little bit so you can get context for it. So overheat is what happens in this game when you go up to 100%, when you like push yourself too far. And what happens if you get into overheat is your invincible DP is no longer invincible. You lose the ability to flawless block, so you can't do that. You can't do the rev guard, the absolute guard, and I believe you can't even do a wake up roll. And on top of all that, when you're in an overheat state, this one I'm thinking of, like, no. Okay, wrong one. Okay, yeah, red mirror. On top of all this, you see this gauge up here below the health bar. If this gets depleted, you get guard broken. Now against Andy, this is like extremely dangerous because Andy has like really good chip. It's a free unscaled combo. If this happens, like I said, if you're Andy, like you love this because like yeah, you're fucked because let me show this. Like this is pretty much guaranteed. Pretty much guaranteed. They can DP out of it, or no, they can't DP out of it. That's right. Their only option, as far as I know, is to invincible super out of this. So if you're an overheat, you do get that. You do keep your invincible supers. But as far as anything else, you're fucked. And so, like, it's not good to be, like, reckless with the way you spend things, especially because this is the other thing, you know. Once again, this is very similar to Street Fighter. Your rev gauge already builds up from blocking, right? You're already building up rev gauge from blocking, and there's a sort of Guilty Gear kind of element to this where your rev gauge does not decrease when you run away. So in order to decrease your rev gauge in City of the Wolves, you have to either stay neutral, stand your ground, or move forward, or you have to get successful hits. So I'll do that for me now. So I'll put my rev meter, it's like 25. I just need something. So as you can see, okay, it does go down, but it goes down slower. If I move forward though, it's a lot faster. Now, if it's on block, it pauses it. However, see here in a minute, if you're getting hits, it goes down. Now this is interesting because this raises a whole new like element to the. This brings some whole new elements to the dynamic, right? Because you've got to both like watch your regeneration or your cooldown versus what you're spending when you get a hit. So I'm gonna turn my rev up to like a much higher percentage now. We're gonna go to like, I'll put myself to 75. Okay. So see, I like at 75, I can't even do 2 EXs. So I have to be more careful of what I decide to do here. Like I have to take a mirrorless route, but just you can see, it gives me little bits of my rev gauge back if I can do this. But you have to keep that in mind, right? Now sometimes, right, it's not necessarily a bad idea to go into overheat because you might be able to kill. You know, you might be able to, like, I'm able to do something like this. Right, and I accelerate some of my overheat regeneration because supers also give you back or cool down your heat meter, right? And then level 3, which is called your hidden gear. This is an interesting one. Level 3. Wait, oh, I think I have to be on. I forgot to be here. Okay. So level 3s are interesting. So level 3s, you completely reset your rev meter. So if I do combo that puts me in overheat into level 3, I get a complete reset on my cooldown. Like, I just think that these dynamics are so sick, dude. That like I love this game. I'm having so much fun with it. Um, so yeah, um, it's kind of what I want to talk about for now. Um, I want to know your guys' thoughts. I want to know your guys' thoughts about fighting games in general. I have hope for the future because I believe now we're seeing fighting games finally moving out of what was this morass of like all offense all the time. And we're finally starting to see like archetypes coming back, neutral becoming more important, favorable, um, like less uninteractivity on offense, things like that. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. I'm enjoying Tekken 8, which is improving. I'll be curious to see what the next patch for that game brings. And I do like Street Fighter 6, despite its flaws. But I am hoping that the Season 4 patch will do some kind of bigger shakeup than what they've done. But yeah, this is currently my favorite fighting game of the modern generation, I think. But anyway, just felt like uploading a video where I talked, just yapped about this game. But I will catch you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.